Guys, we're so excited to share with you a Greek dish that my husband has taught me to make his camera today. It's called Spanakorizo, which means spinach rice. And it's like an iron-rich, power-packed, perfect meal that we're actually going to share with my family tonight. So we're going to get cooking right away. Just so you know, the ingredients are 2 bags of spinach, a bunch of dill, a bunch of parsley, garlic, chopped onion, and then right now I'm heating up water in my trusty kettle. We need about 6 cups of water to 2 cups of just regular good old white rice, or basmati rice is really great. So I've already prepped my onions and my garlic. I'm gonna grab some parsley here. It's been washed and it's been spun, and it's absolutely fragrant and gorgeous. And right now I'm just gonna chop it down, just like that. And as I'm doing this, I'm gonna put oil in my pan. Hey Dad, you can come in, it's okay. I'm going to turn on my pan, my pot, excuse me. I'm gonna add a bunch of oil, olive oil, avocado oil, vegetable oil, whatever works. Put a generous amount in and let that warm up. And then my secret trick, just so I know when the olive oil is hot, is I'll just stick in a little half clove of garlic there while I'm chopping off the rest. So the ingredients here are parsley, dill, and spinach. Spinach has all been washed and spun, and it does not need to be chopped. This is like bagged spinach. It was organic, it looked really good. Dill wise, we're gonna use about a bunch just like this. So it's about the same amount of dill as the same amount of parsley. And I'm just gonna take this, I'm gonna fold it over, take my trusty French knife. The dill, I'm only gonna use that beautiful fuzzy part. I'm not gonna put in the stem. With the parsley, I usually use stem. I got no problems with parsley stems. So we have dill, we have parsley, onion, garlic, and we have 6 cups of water. And like I said, I like to warm up my water. This is one of the best investments, is a kettle, electric kettle. All right, first of all, cheers. It's Sunday, we're still in quarantine. We have garlic, we have onions, and here we go. Garlic, chopped onions. Could be yellow onion, red onion, white onion. Don't overthink the ingredients. As long as you have good quality ingredients, you're gonna be just fine. I take my trusty wooden spoon. Lots of oil in here. We're using olive oil. There's a lot of discussions on high heat oils. The Greeks have been using olive oil for 100 years at high and low and medium heat. Thousands of years. So while we love our avocado oils and other oils, we also always cook it all. Trusty olive oil. This is looking really beautiful. We're gonna let this simmer, and we want it to brown a little bit. We'll be right back. Right guys, welcome back to the Spanakorizo, spinach rice, Greek dish, used throughout the year, but also very often during the time of Lent, when Greeks and or people of the Orthodox religion actually go vegan. So this is a naturally vegan dish. I'm putting in parsley right now, gorgeous, washed, spun, and dried, and then chopped parsley, and I added the stems in there, because stems give really nice flavor. And then of course there's the olive oil, the garlic, and the onion. And then this is really lovely, the dill. And this is not a dish that's overpowered by dill. Somehow the dill just becomes a wonderful suggestion to this dish, and it really makes it. I really advise you not making this dish without the dill. If you're a little bit worried about dill in general, you can put a little bit less and put a little bit more parsley. But in general, the dill is really what makes it. I just love dill. So here we're gonna just mix this around, and then we're gonna really cook this down for like a good minute. So one thing with the recipes that I'm sharing with you guys is I don't actually have exact amounts and ingredients to share with you. You have to fill it out a little bit. So feel it out. So here I would say to add a little bit more oil. And then this way now you have a beautiful mixture that's throughout the bottom of the pan. So I would say it's about a half a cup of oil at the end, but if you need a little bit more, don't be afraid. I'm gonna add the salt. I'm gonna add pepper. We're gonna mix it, and then we're gonna add the spinach, right? Tony's coaching me on this one because he's our cameraman today. Let's get that gorgeous spinach washed and spun. This is dry. When you do dishes like this, I urge you to keep your vegetables washed, spun, and then dried. It's way better. You don't get the oil splat. It's much safer, and actually you just get more out of the vegetable in general. So here you go. This looks like a lot of spinach. It's 2 bags. It's gonna shrink so fast. But it's just enough, so don't worry. Mix it around, let it introduce itself to the other spices in the pot. As you can see, we have a really beautiful big pot here. I always say go bigger with a pot. Don't confine yourself to a small pot. Even if you're only making half of this pot, it's really nice to have the leverage to be able to mix and turn and not worry about it spilling over, okay?
And now all we're gonna do is we're gonna like let this cook down actually a little bit, and then we'll add the rest of the ingredients.
Yeah, we'll be right back. Hi, sweetie. Hi, babe.
Hi, my love.
Oh my God, this is one of our favorite
Hi,
dishes.
babe.
Spanakorizo, spinach rice.
So see now, it's been going down, and look, it's actually cooked down to nothing almost.
Yeah, it just like disappears somehow.
So now, I think would be a good time
To add?
to add the rice. Put the rice in first. We'll just warm that up a little bit.
And you'll notice it's a thread of our cooking. We oftentimes put our ingredients in and we like to fold it in kind of on that dry high of heat before we add any kind of broth or water. We're going to be adding hot water to this.
We're going to be adding hot water to this.
But you can also add hot broth to this, right?
Or hot broth or cold water. I mean, and then once these ingredients are cooked, basically you're just cooking down with the water. Now, usually let's say it's 4 cups of water to 2 cups of rice. We're gonna go more here because you actually want it to be soupy and moist. You don't want it to be dry.
So we're gonna grab this.
Yep. I'll grab that. I'll put it in.
6 cups of hot
6
water.
cups of hot water. We're gonna put those in. And now what we're gonna do is,
Oh my God, this
we're
is
gonna
like
turn
the
it up.
Green Giant. It's so good.
We're gonna let it boil, and then once it boils, if you look in here, we're gonna simmer it, and then we'll just cook it. And you know, the rice should be ready in 20 minutes, and the whole dish should be ready
In about 35,
about
right?
30 minutes. Yeah. Listen, again, it's how much water do you want, and if it gets too dry, if you feel it's dry, add water. Like, don't be afraid. It's whatever you want it to taste with. Doesn't have to be exact.
So for the Greek spinach rice, or what we like to call Spanakorizo, which is a dish that my husband introduced to me, the babe,
This bit.
Tony. This is one of our favorite dishes. It's iron. I mentioned before, it's packed with iron, nutrients, a great balance of carbohydrates, and protein. Greens have protein, just so everybody knows. This has been boiling, as you know, and I'm just going to add now this wonderful lemon juice. It's a huge part of the dish. You have to have a good citrus, a lemon, a lime, and a jam, but we prefer lemon. I'm going to mix it up. This is at a high heat. We've lowered it a little bit. Don't forget there's rice in here. We are cooking rice. So we've got to now put this top on, let the steam do its job, and we'll be back in about 20 minutes. We're going to check on it, but it won't be done for about 20 minutes.
So as you can see, this probably has another 5 minutes, but I'd like to cook it a little bit longer still. So
Get it really tender, right?
what we're gonna do is we're gonna add some more water to this. So I would say that that's probably another 2 cups. And we're gonna let it boil up, and then we'll check on it again a little bit later.
Great. The Spanakorizo is done, you guys. Look at this gorgeous. Oh my God, the steam is coming up. We've turned the temperature off. we
And
want
see how the consistency is not really like a
it's
soup,
not dry and
it's not really like a rice either. It's like just in between.
So right now I'm just getting a little bit of air in there, getting the steam out, so that
Then we're gonna serve.
And we're gonna serve it in about 5 minutes, and at that point it's gonna be perfect consistency. So we'll see you back then. Wonderful. Excited. So this is our finished iron power packed Spanakorizo, which is spinach rice. I garnished it with a little parsley. I garnished it with a little dill. I always add a little lemon. Ugh, the lemon is like the best part. A little salt, a little pepper. Let's see. Oh my gosh, it's so good. Lunch, dinner, as a main, as a side. We can put broccoli rabe over it, more greens. You can add butternut squash to the top of it. It's an amazing complement to a meal, and it's an amazing main meal.
And for you non-vegans, really good with feta. Just saying.
Yep. Everyone's fighting the vegan cooking show. But right now, we're just keeping it as is. Bon appetit. Good luck. Spanakorizo, delicious Greek